Good morning to all. Today we'll read and discuss part 4 of chapter 4 Bepin Choudhury's Lapse of Memory. Children, till now we read that Bipin Babu confirmed about his visit to Ranchi from Chunni. Then he met Dr. Chanda, who advised him to visit Ranchi again as it would help him to remember his previous visit. Let's read the fourth part of the chapter. Getting off the train at Ranchi next morning, he realized at once that he had never been there before. He came out of the station, took a taxi, and drove around the town for a while. He realized that the streets, the buildings, the hotels, the bazaars, the Morabadi Hill, none of these had he the slightest acquaintance. Acquaintance means familiarity. Would a trip to the Hudro Falls help? He didn't believe so. But at the same time, he didn't wish to live with the feeling that he hadn't tried enough. So he arranged for a car and left for Hudro in the afternoon. Here we read that, acting upon his doctor's advice, Bipin Babu went to Ranchi. At the railway station of Ranchi, he felt certain of one thing. Which thing was that? It was that he had never been there before. He went round the city and had the same feeling. He decided to try a trip to Hudro Falls. At 5 o'clock the same afternoon in Hudro, two Gujarati gentlemen from a group of picnickers. Picnickers means people on picnic. People on picnic. Discovered Bipin Babu lying unconscious beside a boulder. What is the meaning of boulder? A big round stone by the side of the fall. Fall means झरने के पास stone का बड़ा सा कुछ बना हुआ. When he came round meaning is given. The first thing Bipin Babu said was, "I'm finished. There is no hope left." So he went there at Hudro Falls. At 5 o'clock the same afternoon, two Gujarati gentlemen found him. He was lying unconscious beside a boulder in Hudro. On regaining consciousness, his first words were, "I am finished. There is no hope left." Come to this para. Next morning, Bipin Babu was back in Kolkata. He realized that there was truly no hope for him. Soon he would lose everything: his will to work, his confidence, his ability, his balance of mind. Was he going to end up in the asylum at? Bipin Babu could not think anymore. Next morning, he was back in his city. He was a shattered man till then. He wondered if he was going to end up his life in an asylum. Back home, he rang up Dr. Chanda and asked him to come over. Then, after a shower, he got into bed with an ice pack clamped on his head. Just then, the servant brought him a letter which someone had left in the letter box. A greenish envelope with his name and red ink on it. Above the name, it said, "Urgent and confidential." In spite of his condition, Bipin Babu had a feeling that he ought to. Students, ought to, its meaning is also should. These two words can be replaced with should modal. So wherever you find this word with this 2 will definitely be there. Or to go through the letter. He tore open the envelope and took out the letter. This is what he read. Then he rang up Dr. Chanda and asked him to come to his house. That day he went to bed with an ice pack clamped on his head. Then he received an envelope. You can see in the picture, servant has brought that letter for him and he is lying in bed. He went through the letter at once. So let's read what was written in the letter and it was by whom. Students, you can see these two paras are in the form of letter. Format you can see. Dear Bipin, yours, Chunilal. So this letter was from Chunilal. Let's read these words. Dear Bipin, I had no idea that affluence means wealth, would bring about the kind of change in you that it has done. Was it so difficult for you to help out an old friend down on his luck? I have no money, so my resources are limited. What I have is imagination, a part of which I use in retribution of your unfeeling behavior. Meaning is given here as a punishment for. Well, you will be alright again now. A novel I've written is being considered by a publisher. If he likes it enough, it will see me through the next few months. Yours, Chunilal. So this letter was from Chunilal. In his letter, Chunilal had first expressed his bitterness for getting no help from Bipin Babu about any job. Then he frankly told Bipin Babu that his memory was alright. It was his plan in retribution against his unfeeling behavior. Then he told Bepin Choudhury, here truth is revealed. Then he told Bepin Choudhury how he had played a practical joke upon him. Which joke? This he did with the help of Mr. Ghosh and Dinesh Mukherjee. Now it was clear to Bipin Babu that he had not really lost his memory. When Dr. Chanda came, Bipin Babu said, I'm fine. It all came back as soon as I got off the train at Ranchi. Here he was telling a lie, a deliberate lie. A unique case, said Dr. Chanda. I shall certainly write about it in a medical journal. Certainly means surely. The reason why I sent for you, said Bipin Babu, is that I have a pain in my hip from a fall that I had in Ranchi. If you could prescribe a painkiller. Here, when Dr. Chanda came, Bipin Babu told a lie. He said that he had remembered everything on reaching Ranchi railway station. He said that he had called him for a painkiller. He had the pain in his hip due to a fall in Ranchi.